on this computer. Okay. Minimize that. Okay, I think I've got this figured out. Okay, so we're live in the Facebook group and I'm recording on Zoom. I'm just going to give it a minute more before I get started and just double check my messages to make sure that there's nobody having trouble getting on. And then I'm going to get started. I hope that you're all able to access. So I'm not going to keep an eye on the comments in the live, in the Facebook live, but I will check comments in the Facebook group afterwards. And if anyone has questions that's on the Zoom, I would love for you to take part in the conversation and just be a part of this call if something strikes you. This is a safe place, no judgment, and I'm really excited to dive into vision. So I'm just going to double check my messages in one more spot and make sure that everyone is taken care of that needs to be taken care of. And then I'm going to jump in and get started because I try to be punctual. Okay, hello, I am Heather Lapierre. I am a wife, mom of 3, homeschooling mom, and entrepreneur. I'm currently at home. I've got my littlest one having quiet time watching a show right now, and I've got 2 big kids on bikes. So I've got one headphone with you guys and also kind of paying attention to what else is going on. I never know what could happen, but I don't let that hold me back from doing the things that I'm passionate about and I feel called to do. I just want to welcome you and say, whether you're watching this live and you're here live, or whether you're taking the time afterwards to watch the recording, I just want to say, like, well done. It is very difficult sometimes. We all have really full lives. So to take time to learn something new or just listen to someone's story, it can sometimes feel overwhelming. I know I feel that way. And I always come out of these sessions, though, with something. And so that is what I hope for you today. And I hope that you can go into this with an open mind and an open heart. And yeah, I would love to know if you've done vision work before. You can comment, you can message me, whatever. I'm going to tell you a little bit. I used to think, so I started doing vision writing 3 years ago, a little over 3 years ago, and I thought that it was ridiculous. The first time that I wrote my vision out in different sections of my life, like marriage, financial, spiritual, physical health, like all of these different things. I wrote stories for different areas of my life. And I just thought, this is such a waste of time. Like, I don't understand this. I think this is so silly. But here's the thing. My mentor at the time, and she's still a mentor of mine, she was like, vision writing, it's super powerful. And I was like, how is writing this out going to change my life? Like, I just think this is woo woo and ridiculous. But the way that she was living her life, I was like, I want some of that. And so instead of judging her and instead of saying, well, she has this because of this, this, and this, and she's so happy because of this, this, and this, I stopped judging her and myself. And I just allowed myself to do what she was doing. And this was one of the things that she was doing regularly. And so I was like, okay, I'm just going to trust her. I'm going to trust the process. This feels uncomfortable, but I'm going to do it anyways. And so since then, I write my vision every few months. And I write components of my vision almost every morning because I get new dreams or I learn new things and then I have new desires on my heart. And part of the journey that I'm on is allowing myself to feel, recognize, and speak those or write those things out. You see, when we get clear on our visions, when we uncover our dreams, when we speak them out, when we get honest about what we want, and what we know we were created to do. See, here's the thing too that I know and trust. Everyone knows what they were created. We all have this like thing in our heart, in our gut. If you're a parent, you can see it in your children. We know, we know. The answers are inside us already. We were created with a purpose, right? And so when we allow ourselves time and space and energy to write it out, to get clear about it, to think about it, to allow ourselves to feel what that might be like, it's really, really powerful. Because here's the thing, you either, when you get clear about it, when you see it, when you feel it, you either are choosing to do it and move yourself towards it, or you're choosing not to. And when I came face to face with that, I am choosing the life that I have right now, the feeling that I have right now that I don't like. I'm choosing that. I can no longer blame that on anyone else. I have to take full responsibility for that. That creates motivation. That creates action. It's messy action. It's, I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm going to try to figure this out action. And that's what vision is for me. And I'm going to tell you guys where I was when I wrote my first vision. Piles of debt. I had piles of debt. My marriage was in trouble. I was in trouble mentally. I was in trouble physically. I was not taking care of my health. A few years prior, I had suffered an autoimmune disorder attack. My health was being neglected. I was drowning in whatever you want to call it, motherhood, or the season of my life. I was people pleasing all over the place, giving so much of my energy away to earn, and that's nobody else's fault except for mine. And I was just trying to earn everyone's love and strive to make other people happy. And I wasn't making myself happy, and it left me resentful. And so when I started writing out what I really wanted, I was like, wait a second. The things that I'm doing every day are not connecting with what I actually want from my life. And that was 3 years ago. And there's still, this is like, I am on the beginning of my journey so much, but I'm experiencing progress, which is why I'm so passionate about vision work. And I know if you're not familiar with it, it sounds woo woo, it sounds silly, but it's just practical getting into your brain and your heart and time and space to figure it all out. Okay. And I'm going to share with you guys right now. This is a free vision workshop. I'm going to share it with you right now that I'm going to make you an offer. I'm not going to wait until the end of this workshop to say, here's what I'd like to offer you to take your journey further. I'm going to do it for you right now, okay? Because becoming a body partner was a massive, massive piece of a catalyst for my journey. It started me doing vision work. It started me taking care of myself, prioritizing myself, understanding what healthy boundaries are so that I can fill up my cup and have energy to pour into the most important people and relationships in my life. It gave me the confidence to do and say, yeah, we need to move across the country because we need to crush our debt and we need to do these things. My husband and I had talked about moving across the country to do some exploring, try something different for years now. And we were not brave enough to do it. And I was building a foundation 2 years before we moved to Atlantic Canada to make that decision that we knew we wanted to do for many different reasons. One of them being adventure, fresh starts. The other thing is we have eliminated all of our debt and we knew we wanted to live differently and try it. And I don't know if we're going to be here forever, but I'm so glad we made this thing. But I needed to build the confidence, and becoming a body partner is one of the foundation pieces of the journey that I'm on right now, because it gave me a roadmap for how to become the person that I knew I was, but I wasn't taking responsibility for that. And so it is so, so simple to commit to your own journey. The investment is so minimal, $257 for your first year. Start your business, get connected with the community, get connected with your own journey. And the other thing that I'm going to offer you, anyone listening to this, and I'm going to offer this until the end of this week, so Friday. So you have 3 days to think about this, which it shouldn't take you that long. I'm going to give 4 one-on-one coaching sessions away to everyone who commits to their own journey as a body partner. That is a $400 offering from me to people who are ready to commit to their own journey. You join as a body partner for $257. You start your own journey, you commit to your own work, and I'm going to come alongside you and give you 4 one-on-one coaching sessions, which is a $400 value. And I'm so excited to dive in with people who are ready to commit to their journey and serve others along the way, because that's the fulfilling piece. Okay, let's get into the vision work. I'm so excited. So if you guys have the workbook in front of you, amazing. If you've printed it out, I hope you have a notepad. If you don't have a notepad, guys, I use my notes app for every thought jot that I need to do all day long. Right now, really quick, I want you to take a second. I want you to check in with yourself. How do you feel? How did you feel when you woke up this morning? What were the first thoughts that came to your mind this morning when you woke up? I just want you to close your eyes. I want you to take a deep breath, and I want you to think about, how do you feel right now? How did you feel starting your day? How do you feel in this moment? Write a few descriptive words. I'm going to give you a minute to do that. Think about it. Put a few descriptive words down. Okay. Next, what I want you to do is I want you to write out, how do you want to feel? So, how did you feel today when you started your day? How do you want to feel when you wake up? How do you want to feel? Do you want to feel relaxed? Do you want to feel energized? Do you want to feel like you're going into the day excited to be with certain people, to do certain activities, to serve in a way that is so true to you as a person? How do you want to feel when the alarm goes off and your feet hit the ground? Maybe you have pain in your body when you wake up in the morning. Maybe you don't want to have pain in your body. Maybe you have anxiety when you first wake up. Maybe you don't want to have anxiety anymore. Claim what you want. Don't just deal with or ignore what is there that you don't want to be there. You're allowed to say, I want this. I'm giving you permission right now. How do you want to feel when you start your day? Write those words down. Now we're going to check in the different areas of our lives. And this workbook is created for you to be able to go back, and when you have more time, maybe tonight before bed, and or maybe tomorrow morning after some of these things have sunk in a little bit, some of these questions. I know I have a life coach, and it's something that someone I'll always have, and many coaches. As I grow and expand, I need coaches for all different areas of my life. And one thing that happens to me after a life coaching session with my life coach is it all unravels the day after. She will ask me something and I'm like, and then the next day I'm like, so sometimes things happen. So this workbook is created for you to go back. So right now, today, what I want us to do in this check-in area is think about our health, our spiritual life, our love life, our financial, our family, all of these different areas of our life. I want you to go through and I want you to give it a 1 out of 10, okay, in every different category. And then tonight or tomorrow morning, go in and jot some thoughts, okay? So let's talk about health for a second. So you're going to give it a 1 out of 10. So 1 is just really, really rock bottom. 10 is like, I am on it. This area of my life requires no work, no growth, no nothing. Every time, and I want, okay, the other thing that's really important about this is do not judge yourself. Do not judge yourself. Do not judge the number that you are giving yourself. Allow yourself to just be honest. Nobody else is going to see this. Just be honest with yourself and be okay with that. And here's the thing that happens for me. And this is the last couple times that I've done this of rating myself. I actually give myself a lower number because I'm starting to see with eyes of compassion and love the opportunity that I have in different areas. So last time I did it, I maybe gave myself a like 7 in health, and now I'm like, I'm at like a 4 because I see opportunity for growth, and I'm giving myself a 4 out of love to say like, you can grow a lot stronger, or you can grow a lot more endurance, or you can increase your nutrition capacity or learning for nutrition or whatever it is. And so it's interesting because the last couple times I've done this, I've actually given myself lower ratings because my mind is expanding to my abilities to grow and learn. And so giving yourself a low number is being honest, and you're seeing, whoa, I have a lot of opportunity for growth. And that is a growth mindset. And that is powerful because if you're giving yourself a low number and you're accepting that's it, that's all I can do here, that is a set mindset. And we need to work on that. Because if you believe that is just the way it is for you, that is how it will be. So go through this: health, spiritual life, your faith, love, financial, family, fun, so important, right? What do you like for fun? I love, and again, don't feel bad about things. I used to feel so tangled up and bad about liking fashion and liking shopping. And I just got really honest with it. Like shopping. It's fun. Now, can I be reckless with that? No, it requires responsibility. But when you untangle all of these feelings and thoughts that you have around what is fun for you, it's okay to be honest about that. So rate it all. Contribution. What are you doing in your community? How are you serving? You have so much to offer. What are you doing to help the people that are around you? I don't know. Personal development. Gosh, this ties in with that first thing that I said about vision casting. I used to think personal development was woo woo, silly. I read my Bible every day, I did my Bible study, and that is the foundation. My relationship with the Lord is the foundation of everything in my life that I do. But gosh, the stories that I heard within the church or from different church communities, it held me back from personal development because it felt wrong. And what I'm learning is that the Lord is faithful to renew our minds. He renews our minds every day, and personal development is holy good work. Okay, we're going to move along. Fight fear. Okay. Make your vision so clear that your fears become irrelevant. I struggle with fear a lot, a lot. When we talk about how we feel in the morning when we wake up, I feel afraid. Late at night, I feel afraid. That fear comes after me. I wouldn't say, I love this quote. I found this quote a while ago. The fear doesn't hold me back as much. I'm becoming stronger mentally, and so it doesn't hold me back as much. But I know I still have a long way to go. And it is really, really true that when I understand why I'm doing the things that I'm doing, when I understand the big picture, it's like, whoa, I'm helping people. I'm serving my family. I'm serving my community. I'm creating impact. I'm learning more. This is changing the legacy of my family. Okay. What is the big picture? When that becomes clear, when you write that out and you believe it in your heart, your actions, yes, the fear is going to chase you because the fear is the enemy, and the enemy doesn't want you to grow. The enemy doesn't want you to step into your purpose and your calling because he's threatened by that. The more you walk in purpose, the stronger you become. Limiting beliefs and supporting beliefs. So this is kind of where fear comes into, it's tied into this. Let's talk about limiting beliefs, okay? So limiting beliefs, here's some of mine. You think about yours, okay? I want you to think about what's something you want to do right now. It could be anything. Everybody's different, okay? Maybe you have been walking by a cabinet and it's driving you bananas because it's not cleared out. It's a mess and you want to organize it. And you're like, I don't have time for that. I do not have the capacity for that. I do not have the energy. And every time you walk by it, you're like, nope. And whatever that is, okay? The limiting beliefs around that cabinet is, I don't have time for that. I don't have capacity for that. I don't have the proper organizers for it. When am I going to do it? It's going to create all the limiting beliefs, okay? Supporting beliefs for this is, I am going to find time for this. I have time for this. I know it's going to take me a whole 4 hours to do this. So I just need to sit down and figure out when I can do this in my calendar. And I also need to go to the store and get proper organizers. So supporting beliefs, I will get what I need to do that project by the end of this week, okay? Limiting beliefs that I have had have been, I'm too old for this. I'm too late to the game. I'm not going to get this done in time, and the ship's going to sail, and I'm not reaching my goals fast enough. So what's the point? I missed the deadline, so I should just quit. I'm not good enough. These are all limiting beliefs that I have had. I don't have enough resources. Nobody's going to trust me. Nobody's going to like me. People think that I'm stupid. People think whatever about me. I have experienced all of these limiting beliefs and I still fight them all the time. The thing that's really powerful about the physical work of taking care of your body and your mind every single day and your spiritual health every single day. The thing that's really, really powerful about that is it creates awareness of the limiting beliefs. The limiting beliefs are the stories you have been told since you were a child. How many people here listening to this have limiting beliefs about money? I do. Because I heard things when I was growing up from lots of different adults in my life that, like, money doesn't grow on trees and it's hard to earn money, and saving is, save because it's a fear-based thing, right? And these are limiting beliefs that become part of our story. And that can feel sad or frustrating or shameful or yucky. And when you start to realize, wait a second, I don't want that to be my story, that actually doesn't align with the life that I'm trying to live. When you become aware of that and taking care of your body and releasing the fog and getting clear about what you want with your vision, will allow you to uncover the limiting beliefs. Sometimes we can't even see the limiting beliefs because it's just ingrained in us. But when you start speaking out your vision and what you want for your life, then you get to start writing your own beliefs. What supporting beliefs support where you're trying to go? You get to write that. And when you choose to believe that, when you get really big on your belief, and uncovering your why is going to be part of that. But when you get really clear on your belief, your actions need to change. It will start to feel so uncomfortable to not change your actions when you start believing, oh yes, this is what I was created to do. This is my purpose. It'll start to get uncomfortable to not do the work that you need to do to move your life where you need to move it. Uncover your why. So there's just these, in this part of the workbook, there's just these lines, okay? So we're going to use, because I'm in the health and wellness space, we're going to use losing weight as an example. Uncover your why, or releasing weight if you want to, we can say it like that, releasing weight. So uncover your why. So I'd like to release 10 pounds. Okay, let's say that's what your goal is. Great. Okay, why is this important? Well, I'm just going to kind of talk you through a thought process, a thought line. Well, my doctor told me that this is important because if I don't release this weight, it's going to affect these other components of my health. That could limit my energy. So, why is that important? Well, that could limit my ability to show up actively with my family. Okay. Why else is that important? Well, it could, I'm tired. And so I can't show up in my career at my greatest capacity and serve and do my best job and support my team members. Okay. Why else is that important? My life could be shorter and may not be able to be as active in my elderly years as I would like to be. Okay. Why is that important? Well, I would like to impact and influence my grandchildren and generations to come. And I don't want my life to end, impact wise after I retire. Why is that important? And so on and so on and so on. If you just keep answering why to all of the levels, it's going to get bigger than just losing 10 pounds. Because here's the problem with setting a goal of I want to lose 10 pounds. Week 2 of trying to wake up at 5 a.m. to lose 10 pounds and eat food that you're not really used to eating yet, maybe, is going to start to feel not fun and not enjoyable. And while, yes, growth and achieving goals requires discipline, if it is connected to the greater vision, the greater purpose, the greater impact that is beyond you, because here's the other thing, the goal started with, I want to lose 10 pounds, and it ended with, I want to impact generations in my family. And so it goes through these tiers, and it starts with something that's about you and becomes something that's about generations to come. This is not just about you, right? Okay. This is beyond you. So when stuff starts to get really hard and challenging, and you have not maybe fallen in love with the process yet, you will fall in love with the process if you stick with it enough and you start to appreciate the progress. You have to love the progress. You have to love yourself enough to see the progress, celebrate the progress. If you stay in it long enough to do that, you're going to fall in love with the process. But there will come days when it's like, I don't flip and want to do this. And then you come back to your why. This dream space is just a space for you to dream. When I do dream space, I love to do bubbles. Okay. So I put maybe a scripture in the middle, or myself, I might put my name. And then I will do, okay, so for me right now, I'll just kind of tell you my bubbles. Okay. So dream. Okay. So it's me. And then I've got my wellness business. I've got one-on-one coaching. I've got, my book that I'm writing. I want to get more involved in my podcast. I have a nonprofit organization that I'm starting called Well Ministries to help empower families that are needing healthy groceries and working on a strict budget, like all these things, right? This is a space for you to just literally write words, write scripture, write quotes, write dreams, let it get messy and big and just go. What are all the things? Because the other cool thing, right? Well, I want to do this. I want to achieve this goal. I want to travel here. I want to take my kids here. I want to do, and then you start to see. So, okay. And then you come back to purpose. You come back to your purpose. It's not just about you. It's never just about us. And the world twists things, oh my goodness, in the space of motherhood on social media. Like it's all, we talk about the mom guilt. And I will say that it's almost glorified, is this mom guilt. If we feel the mom guilt, then we are doing a good job. And I want to come back up against that and say, no, no. You taking time to learn something. Yes, you have to be organized. Yes, you have to, we figure it all out, but it's not perfect, right? We have to release the guilt. We have to know that if you're taking 30 minutes to do something for yourself and it has you coming back to your family, serving, loving differently than when your cup is empty, purpose, purpose. So you tie all that dream to purpose. We were all created with a purpose. James Clear says, every action you take is a vote for the person you wish to become. My mentor says, be her now. And this has translated for me so many times as I do things that feel uncomfortable. I'm going to give you a super simple example, right? I'm home with my kids all day. I'm a homeschool mom. But if I I got my jeans on today, I got, a cute top. I'm doing this mostly for me. You can wear whatever you want. This makes me feel good, right? But I'm just home with my kids. I swept the driveway before this call today, right? But if I put on leggings and a different kind of top, I'm showing up differently. Be her now. I am becoming an author, speaker, and CEO of a six-figure business. How does she show up? There might be a disconnect between her and her. So it feels uncomfortable to maybe dress this way today because all of the activities that I have today don't really align, but they do. And so it feels a little bit uncomfortable, but it also is me being her now. I hope that makes sense. It's just sometimes when I get dressed for the day to show up for certain activities, it doesn't always align with the other activities. But who am I becoming and how does she get ready for the day? I can't wait until those things are fully geared and running for 6 years. No, I need to start showing up like her now today. And that will feel uncomfortable always because her will always continue to be growing. Action items, okay? Habits to add. So I love to think about when we're trying to make changes in our life, I love focusing on habits to add first. So what habits do you need to add? What do you want to do? What are your goals? Go back to that, okay? Is there anyone on social media that you love that is doing the things that you want to do? Okay, now you're going to find out what they do every day. You're going to figure out what they do in the morning, okay? So I love to journal. I love vision writing now. I didn't love doing it at first. Bible study, super important to me. Prayer, all of these things are super important to me. When you focus on adding in habits that are going to help you be her now or take those actions to be the person that you're trying to become, naturally, instead of focusing on, I need to watch less TV, I need to eat less of this, if you eat more vegetables and drink more water, there will be less space in you for other things. It's just simple, right? So instead of beating yourself up and thinking about things that you just need to, oh, I shouldn't do this, oh, I shouldn't do that, think about in this space, add habits. What do you need to add? Do you need to read a book for 10 minutes every day? That will automatically, unless you're going to stay up, later and lose sleep, that probably won't help you. But if you're going to read 10 more minutes a day, then you're going to probably watch 10 minutes less of TV. And so the habits to edit will naturally kind of fall away. Accountability. I love to go it alone. That is going to not get you anywhere. I tried for a really long time. I hit rock bottom and then I had to ask for help. I had to ask for help in so many different ways. okay? You need to make yourself accountable to other people. It's scary. You're going to have to show up and say, Flip, I didn't do the stuff I promised myself I would do, and I'm mad at myself, but I'm making myself accountable to you. I'm going to try again tomorrow. And the person on the other side of that, or the group that you're making yourself accountable to, which if you join the community that I'm building and the team that I'm building, you're accountable to me. And here's where I come from. It's okay. I've been there. I had that day already this week on Tuesday. Keep going, because what we need to do is we need to be accountable, and we also need to learn to give ourselves grace. Because if we talk to ourselves, I'm such an idiot, I'm so lazy, if we're saying all these things back to the how do we feel and our limiting beliefs, if you were to talk to your child like that, are they going to be able to show up stronger tomorrow, or are they going to be showing up scared and afraid and not very good, healthy? Okay, but you need to be accountable to people. You cannot you cannot do the change alone. It's scary, it's vulnerable. I remember I was going through a really hard time, and I was texting my friend group. Tears were streaming down my face, but I just had to let them in. I couldn't carry it by myself anymore. And when I did that, everything changed. Here's the other thing: you bless people. How many of you love to help people that you love? How many of you love to help people that you see? You're like, whoa, that person's trying. I love them. I want to help them. It blesses other people to help you. If you don't let people help you, if you don't let people in, you can't do it by yourself. And then you need to figure out what you need. Okay. Do you need time? You got to figure that out. Do you need resources? You got to figure that out. Do you need tools? You got to figure that out. Do you need support? You got to figure that out. What do you need? Here's the thing: you are not wrong for needing or wanting any of the things that you need. Again, it's easy to use motherhood as an example, but if your children came to you and they were like, I need this, do I always give it to them right away? No. And I give them reasons why. But I'm like, thank you for sharing that with me. That's important. That's important. So you may not get what you need right away, but recognizing it and again, sharing that with people is so powerful. And then to finish this off, I just want to let you know that you are loved right now today. You are so loved right now today. And I'm going to read you Ephesians 2, chapter 2, verse 45. But because of his great love for us, God, who is rich in mercy, made us alive with Christ, even when we were dead in transgressions. It is by grace you have been saved. We are loved. We do not need to strive. Our cups overflow when we sit and accept that great love. We are loved. And so then we can show up in the world from a place of love and celebration for being loved. And everything becomes different. Everything comes from a different place when we show up loved. It's so different. It's celebration. It's honoring ourselves because we are loved. We are treasured. And that's important. And then the I am space is a space for you to write statements and claim truth over your life. Okay, I can open this to questions that anyone has. If you want to chime in, anybody that's on Zoom, I can look in the chat, or you can unmute yourself and unmute yourself if you want and ask a question, or we can just end it right there and I can say thank you so much and we can follow up separately if you'd like, and we can talk about how I can serve you further on your journey. Okay, Great. Thanks, Carrie. Thanks, Carrie, for being here and taking the time for yourself. I'll follow up with you with some information from the beginning of the call. Okay, let's have a great day, guys.